Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. How's everyone doing? And I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed the Rant and Raid Christmas special last night, and we had a good time. A lot of craziness went down and everything else in between. We're just going to have some fun. And we're just going to have some fun today. I'm going to talk a little bit of wrestling here. A little Impact Wrestling. Just finished watching that not too long ago. And we're 2 days away from Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. And we're 8 days away from the end of the year. Would you believe that already? 8 days away. That means a week from tomorrow. And the supposed storm, I mean, it was pretty rainy today, I have to admit. And just as soon as I got out, I got changed and decided to come home. And and put stuff in the dryer, change my clothes, and I'm all in dry clothes, thank God. So, yep, 2 days away from Christmas, 8 days away from the new year, from the end of this year, I should say. It's been one heck of a ride, 2022, and so I am going to have some fun today. That's what I'm going to do. We're gonna do this. And it's episode 249 of the show, and we're going to talk what happened at Impact last night. This event was bookended by Knockouts tag team matches. The first matchup to kick off Impact was the Knockouts tag team championships as the Death Dolls, which would be the team of Jessica, formerly known as Havoc, and Rosemary, with Taya Valkyrie in their corner, defending the titles against the team of Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw. Will be having JV Doll in their corner. Heck of a matchup, but the Death Dolls do retain the tag team titles. A little bit more on that situation. More on the ladies. Mickie James sat down and talked to Jordynne Grace and said, "Listen, I know we're teaming up. We're teaming up and all that. I just don't, just let you know, I want to do my thing and do whatever it takes." And Jordynne Grace says, "Listen, it's my job to make sure that you stay around and you make it hard to kill." So Mickie James goes, "Okay, I'll see you out there." And then on the other end of the spectrum, Giselle Shaw confronted Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo held up her hands and says, "Never." Giselle Shaw, "Never again." They both walk away from each other. I got a feeling that isn't going to be the end. Sometimes when they say that, never say never. Sami Callihan addresses the situation with the Design and decides to call him out. Design calls him out because the only answer to sickness is violence. He says, "Wait a minute, hold up." And then here's Sami Callihan, "Hold up, I'm not here to fight you guys. I want to join you." So what is Sami Callihan thinking, man? But then they decide, we're just going to beat you up anyway. So they beat him up. So that's how they do it. You say you don't ask to go in. You get chosen to go in the Design. So Tommy Dreamer talks to Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander goes, "Fine, I forgive you. All right? Just let me do my thing." So Ace Austin and Chris Bay cut a promo from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they said we beat the Super Junior Tag Team Champions of NJPW, and I think that leads up to something bigger. Speedball Mike Bailey went one-on-one with Yuya Uemura. Heck of a matchup. Speedball Mike Bailey did win, and After the matchup, Kenny King addressed Mike Bailey from Mexico, saying, "You ain't gonna see me ever again." He's trying to get into Mike Bailey's head. I think that may have done it. Meanwhile, the major players and Heath and Rhino were waiting outside Scott D'Amore's office, and they were knocking on. In fact, the major players said, "Hey, we want our tag team title shots." And Matt Morrissey Machine Guns came out and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" Well, we talked to Scott D'Amore, and they decided they gave the major players a shot, and then they said, "You guys get your rematch, but also Bay and Austin are going to get a shot." At Hard to Kill, there'll be a basically a four corners elimination matchup for the Impact World Tag Team titles. It will be Morrissey Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley defending those titles against Heath and Rhino, the former champions, major players, and the Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Ace Austin. So that's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure. And then Chris Sabin decided to book himself in a singles match against Matt Cardona next week. So, and Matt Cardona's like, "No, I'm a tag team guy," and all that. Well, no, it's happening next week. So Chris Sabin going one-on-one with Matt Cardona. Now, the Good Hands, Jason Hotch and John Skyler, were supposed to face Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice, but as soon as Swinger and Zicky Dice came out, Bully Ray decided to come out, and Johnny Swinger looked at Zicky Dice, go that way. Hey, better get out of there. And Bully Ray kind of chased him down. So he decided to attack Jason Hotch, and John Skyler throws John Skyler out of the ring, beats up Jason Hotch, and ties him to the rope with a zip tie. So Bully Ray grabs the microphone, calls out Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander finally shows up with a steel chair, and then unties Jason Hotch. And then Jason Hotch and John Skyler attacked Josh Alexander. Did I say Jason Alexander? I'm going to say Josh Alexander. They tied the champ up, both arms to the ropes, and then when he was about to hurt Josh Alexander, here comes Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer tries to stop. He's punching him, and then Jason Hotch and John Skyler tries to attack him, and then before you know it, Bully Ray lays him out, puts the ladder on top of them, and then smashes the chair over the ladder after pile driving. All this after pile driving Tommy Dreamer, mind you. So, and Josh Alexander was like, couldn't help but feel guilty about the whole thing. And Josh Alexander talks to him, "Listen, I wasn't being nice to Dreamer. I felt like I was being disrespectful. I know he means well." But Scott D'Amore goes, "He's going to be okay. He's going to be fine," and all that. He said, "You know what?" And then I said, I'm sick of this. You know what? He wants to tackle ladder, and I have an idea. Let's put this match in Full Metal Mayhem. So Scott D'Amore goes, "You know what? This is what I want to see, a different side of you. Let's put the match in Full Metal Mayhem. But until Hard to Kill, you two stay home." Spend the holidays, man. Josh Alexander, spend the holidays with your lovely wife and son, and your two sons. Stay home. Stay home. Oh, my mother's playing with the dog. Awesome. And so there is. So a one-on-one matchup, Rich Swann and Steve Macklin ended up in a double countout. Both men decided to brawl after the matchup. And they still, and security's trying to separate these two. They still want to go at it. Then Eddie Edwards addresses Jonathan Gresham. And then Alicia comes up and says, "Reasonable husband," says, "Hey, I'm with you in this. You beat Delirious. Now you got to beat Jonathan Gresham. We want to move on." So Eddie Edwards goes, "You're right. Then we both can move on." And then the main event, Mickie James and Jordynne Grace, the Knockouts champ, taking on Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. Jordynne Grace and Mickie James won that match with Jordynne Grace's muscle buster. Then both ladies were arguing, then pushing and shoving, and then Mickie James kicks the champ right in the face. Looks like this matchup is going to be very interesting, to say the least. So that is all the time we have on this episode of the show. Episode 249 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 Little Impact Event Center from December the 22nd, 2022. As you know, coming up tonight, SmackDown and NXT Level Up, a Christmas special. As you know, on SmackDown, there is a Miracle of 34th Street fight as Braun Strowman teams up with Ricochet to go up against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Also, the tag team titles will be on the line. The Usos will defend the gold against the Hit Row team of Ashante Diadamas and Top Dollar with B-Fab in their corner. So, best of luck to Hit Row. Huge tag team title opportunity. Next episode, the 15th edition of Fearless Friday, or Friday if you're getting paid like I just did today. It is the game of strategy, luck, knowledge, and daring, Bullseye, coming up next. So, well, until that next episode comes around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A big beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberry Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode of the show. See you on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now, and have a very blessed day.